Mike Milbury brought up a big gala tonight celebrating the 100th season for the Boston Bruins, and they are going to name the 100-year Bruin all-time team, correct?
That's my understanding.
That's your understanding. And so it's 4 lines. We can go over that. I know Wiggy has been working very hard during the break, which he never does. So have you. But so 2 goaltenders, I'm guessing?
2 goaltenders.
Jerry Cheevers has to be one?
Yes, and I'm going to go way back. Frankie Brimsek.
Mr. Zero?
That's right.
Wow.
You gotta go for that. I mean, I got to give the old guys some due here.
Tim Thomas won a cup here.
That's true.
Wasn't here for a long time.
Right.
Oh, so you're going to
spectacular.
You think that plays into it?
I think you have to be here for a while.
I went Chivas and Tuca.
You want Tuca?
I went Tuca.
Oh.
You couldn't stand Tuca.
I know, but we're talking about
That is the most surprising thing coming out of your mouth.
right. But you're talking about
That's recency bias.
no. It's all
wanted
time.
to trade him.
I did. But you're talking
You
about all
hated
time
him for-
Bruin. All-time Bruin, who had been here for a lot of time, was great between the pipes. Now, granted, he didn't win one in the postseason. Some of it was his fault. Some of it wasn't.
But if it's going to be a recent goalie, it would be Thomas over Tuca because you got the cup.
Yeah, but he didn't. See, this is where it comes to statistically, he's not in the, is the pantheon the word to say?
The pantheon.
Yes.
Yes.
Of all-time Bruins because he didn't have a long time here. You know?
Okay.
It was quite a year, though. I got to say
No,
that.
it was a
It was
great
an
one.
unbelievable year. He
Yeah.
was just, when I watched him play, and nobody saw it coming.
Right.
I mean, Tim Thomas was just mired in the muck in minor leagues and didn't blossom until late, and then,
Hell
he
of a
became
year.
a rose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You want to go to defenseman next? I mean,
I do.
We don't even.
Eddie Shore, who's like
Bobby Orr. I mean, can we
Wait
start
a second. No, I was just kind of doing it by time.
Okay. All right.
Okay, Bobby Orr.
Okay,
Bobby Orr.
yeah,
Very good.
I mean,
very
that's
good.
clear. That's
But
clear.
Before Orr, there
Okay.
was Eddie Shore, and Eddie Shore introduced some of the facets of offensive capabilities that Orr was able to perfect.
Ray Bork.
Ray Bork, there's
Bork
any
has
question
to be.
about it. There's no
Yeah.
question about that.
Hal Gill.
That's Bolton's Hal Gill.
Big Z?
Big Z.
Hal Gill,
definitely.
the Schober Regional High School graduate, Curtis. Unlike myself.
Zdeno Char.
You have Char on there?
I do.
Okay. Brad Park.
Brad Park.
Wiggy has
absolutely.
Iafredi.
Wiggy, who you got on there?
I got Big Z, Brad Park, Milbury.
Oh.
There you go. And
That's
and I couldn't figure out who would be the last defenseman. I struggled a little bit
I
with
couldn't either. I
Yeah.
was trying to get the 6th guy,
Yeah,
and it wasn't me.
Yeah, I couldn't.
And Wiggy's going to say Torrey Krug.
That's what I was gonna go Dennis Seidenberg.
You could, if you really want to play it, and it's a little unfair, but you could probably safely say McAvoy.
You could say.
Projecting going
So
forward.
you think
you'd say
guys
McAvoy.
currently on this roster end up being
Well, yeah,
on this,
I do.
on this list?
I do.
Okay.
Well, number one, I think that Brad Marchand is probably the best left wing in Bruins history.
Okay. Ooh.
Johnny Busick is the only one that, to me,
We didn't even get the forward. You have forwards now.
Yeah, well, we didn't.
Going
I,
right to forwards.
I didn't get to the 6th defenseman because I couldn't
did-
figure it
did-
out.
Who'd you have, Greg?
Well, did Cam play long enough?
Nelly?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How
Okay.
could I
All right.
not
I
do
don't-
that?
What? You left Cam Neely off?
Good
I
job,
don't-
Greg.
Oh, I
Because
think
I-
somebody's going to have to give that $250 back. Wait, you don't have Cam
because
Neely on
I
your
just
list? What's
forgot
wrong
about
with
it.
you?
Greg's
You
trying to
forgot
get into
about
the
Cam
gala
Neely?
tonight.
What is wrong
It was
with
good
you?
that you brought him
Yeah.
up because now, I mean,
okay.
I think I told you the story. Cam hit me once in practice, and I didn't think I was coming down. I was literally airborne, and I could feel myself just almost parallel to the ice surface, and thinking, I got to come down sooner or later, don't I? And I hit the ice, and I looked up, and the big smile on his face.
Courtney, Greg wants to be at the WAG dinner table.
Yeah.
So I can't find the 6th defenseman.
Yeah, I
I'll
can't
keep
either.
thinking about it, but
You have one, Greg?
Johnny Boychuk?
What? Johnny Boychuk.
But I mean, if we say McAvoy, I think
All
we
right.
should say McAvoy.
All right, I'll go there.
That's pretty good.
I'll take McAvoy.
Okay.
I had Middleton on
Oh,
forwards.
what about in the Twitch chat? What about Glenn Wesley?
I could never pick Glenn Wesley after missing that open
I
net
know,
and
the
triple
open net,
overtime.
against-
Hate him for that. He could have gone to his forehand and put it in. He had so much goddamn time.
Yeah.
Plus, he whined about being here and being second fiddle to Ray Bork.
Right.
No, a little bit of a not my cup of tea.
What about Don Sweeney?
He'd be discussed. Like I mean, he was not. All of these guys that we have here have great offensive capabilities as well as defensive capabilities, and Don is, as much as I loved him, Stonehand Sweeney when he first got to me from Harvard, but he through hard work and intelligence and dedication, he had a hell of a career. But I don't think. No, I'm not putting him on the list.
Okay.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Don.
All right. Sorry, Donnie.
250
Everyday
is
listener of the
definitely-
Back
show.
to your desk and get a trade for a new centerman.
Milbury's definitely getting an invoice for 250.
And I'm getting a text in 5 minutes from Don Sweeney. But
Okay,
that's
so forwards,
yeah.
Espo.
of course.
Definitely Cam.
Yep.
Bergie.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Marchand.
Yeah.
Yes.
Krejci.
I don't know about Krejci.
Well, here's what I had just to narrow that. I had Esposito, Rattel, Bergeron, and Milt Schmidt at center.
Okay.
That's who I have at center. On the left side, I had
What about Tyler Sagan? Tyler Sagan.
yeah.
What about Nathan?
So at
Horton?
left wing, I have
Well, you can't be these things. You can't be biased based on
I don't think
somebody's.
he played here long
somebody's
enough.
no, he
personnel.
wasn't.
He wasn't here long
He
enough.
wasn't here very long.
And I love Tyler
And he-
Sagan.
He was beloved, though.
Yeah, he was beloved by a lot of women around town.
Okay. Adam Oates.
I had Adam Oates on my list.
Okay.
I did not only because what was he here? 3 years?
I
No,
thought it was
he was here.
6.
He was here for longer than
Yeah, I
that.
thought it was like 6 or 7.
Somebody look that up while I'm.
All right, I'll
hanging.
look it up for you.
Adam Oates.
Nifty.
I had Nifty.
I had on the left side. I have Marchand, Busick, Cashman, and Pasternak.
6 years for Oates. He was
He
here.
was here for 6 years.
Ooh, so you have Pasta making the list.
Well, I didn't even
Well, I
have
was
Pasta on
going
my
by
list.
position.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I like it.
Wow.
I didn't even have him on my list.
Look, Wiggy finally found a list to leave pasta off of.
Wow, I didn't even have him. I didn't even think about him.
And I have McKenzie, Pie McKenzie, Cam Neely, Rick Middleton, and this one listen. I love tough guys. I had to go with O'Reilly as the fourth line. Wouldn't you imagine if you could have him
Yeah,
on
I
your
had
fourth
Taz
line?
on my list.
Terry
Yeah,
O'Reilly.
I had
deserves
Taz on
it.
my list.
Terry
Just
O'Reilly
because
deserves it.
you'd never feel alone.
One
in the
guy
game.
on
What about the first athlete ever to be paid $1 million in salary in the history of professional sports? You know who that is? Derek Sanderson.
Oh,
Good player, terrific player. Played mostly as a third line player. Killed penalties. Tough, and talk about flamboyant.
Yeah.
Doesn't belong on the list.
Not on the list.
Not on the list.
what about
all right.
this?
Not on the list.
This is before my time, but this is probably your wheelhouse. What about Hodge? What
He's in the mix. I mean, he was a
Ken Hodge, right?
Ken Hodge,
Ken Hodge.
senior as opposed to junior. And they had some magic working together. He scored a lot of goals. He's certainly in the discussion, but he didn't make my cut.
Okay.
Okay.
Pretty interesting.
Anybody else that you want to throw in honorable mention, Wiggy?
I mean, I'm feeling bad about Oates here now.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
Yeah,
he was here. I
Adam
left
Oates-
though.
I had Adam, but I feel like Krejci, just based off of, if you're talking about he won a Stanley Cup, you talk
How
about.
many centermen can you have though if you just go by position?
Oh, I thought we were just doing forwards, whether they
Well,
were
you could do
centermen
that.
or I didn't know we were strictly going by, a center and 2 forwards. I was just thinking.
I got to tell you something that might not be popular, but based on what this team was for the first 75, 85 years, maybe even more, the big bad Bruins.
Mm-hmm.
Do you not get somebody who could fight on this list of the best players of all time?
Well, I have a couple.
Couldn't Cam fight?
Cam?
O'Reilly could fight.
Okay, what about Stan?
Cashman?
What about Stan Jonathan? Stan Jonathan, probably
he's-
arguably the greatest meathead ever to play in the NHL.
Oh, you want to go one step forward and say Jay Miller?
Jay Miller?
I mean, no.
No,
Listen, Jay Miller's he got paid more per minute than any player in the history of the game. No,
So you're telling me you don't have Sean Thornton on the list either?
I do not have Sean Thornton on
But
the
this
list.
all
I do not
PJ
have
Stock,
Jay Miller
PJ
on the
Stock
list.
is not on your list.
No, he's not.
Darren
And we had
Banks.
John
Darren Banks
Wensink-
is not on your
John
not on your list?
Wensink
LB?
is not on the list.
What about LB?
He was tough when he wasn't in the hospital.
when he wasn't in the hospital.
So I got to go with Tim Thomas then as my backup, huh?
Okay.
You can. I mean,
I like Tuca.
Tuca's,
What about Joe Thornton? That's from a texter.
Oh,
Jumbo Joe.
oh, that's a good one.
Long time with
Long
the
time,
franchise.
yeah.
Raycroft.
No, but that is a good one though.
Okay.
Joe Thornton is a good one.
Huh?
Let's do this. Thornton or Esposito?
Oh, Espo.
Yeah.
Rattel or Thornton?
I might go with Joe Thornton.
Yeah, I do.
No. I played with Rattel.
Yeah,
I
that's a
know.
little bit
You're
before
old.
my time.
You're old. That's the thing. You're old.
That's a
Okay,
little bit
Hall
before-
of Famer,
All right.
Bergeron
All
or
right.
Thornton. They
Bergeron.
traded Thornton because
Yes.
they thought Bergeron was
Yeah.
going to be the guy.
Yeah.
Milt Schmidt, you can't. I mean, 3 cups I think he had,
Yeah.
and missed time because of the war. I'm going with Schmidt over Thornton. Oates or Thornton?
I'd go Thornton.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably
One time here.
Yeah,
Number one pick.
yeah.
Not me.
I'd go.
Number one pick.
I mean, Oates was Mr. Assist, but Joe Thornton was good.